what are your thoughts on all these like OnlyFans women that are like converting and saying they found God, they're turning to the church? Like, I'm sure a lot of them might be genuine about it, but
people ask me often, do you and your wife debate? Do me and Rachel debate? We don't really very much. We debated on this issue.
She's more anti-feminist than you are.
Unless it's about the moon.
Rachel is, she's twice as brutal and she's more based than me. It's just the truth, right? She is. She's awesome.
Hardcore against feminism.
And the thing is we debated back and forth on this issue. Like, what is it? And we both kind of settled on, it's about control. More than anything, it's about control. Let me explain what I mean by this.
Yeah, please.
When it's the case that you're a 21-year-old girl in this society and you go on Instagram and you post a little nudie of yourself or a bra pic or something like that, instant validation, man. 20,000 likes. Girl, you're so beautiful. You're so gorgeous. You're the best. You're the this, you're the that. But just like with podcasting or other events of fame, it's scalable. So if you're a man who's making $20 million a year and you go down to $1 million a year, you think you're a failure. You think you're a failure. You're failing, right? Even though you're wildly successful, right? But you think you're failing. And the same thing, your live chat starts to decrease, things like this. Even though you had 50,000 and now it's 15,000, which is still massive, you feel like you're a failure. Women have the same exact thing when it comes to validation from men.
To garner attention from the opposite gender.
Garner attention. Yeah. Good so point, they go, oh man, 20,000 went to 10,000. I'm a failure. I'm failing. I don't have the instant validation button anymore. And now we fast forward to when they can go to church and have control for what? Instant validation. Instant validation. And so what happens? What happens when Nala Ray converts and posts that to Instagram? What happens to the validation?
It's a new form. It's a new toy.
Oh my God. It's 100-fold what she was getting, right? It's that's what I think it's about, is control, and not necessarily just the control over the men in the church, but control over that idea of validation, the control over the idea that, wait, I can't get this dopamine. I can't get the validation like I used to anymore. But this conversion, man, like look at Nala's progression. Anytime she's people forget about her, somehow she pops right the back up, right? Talking about how whatever podcast abused her, right? And Smokey Man Bad. Suddenly it's a million. Oh, girl, I can't believe it. Well, it's a validation machine.
Brittany Renner did it with Islam. I've seen plenty of girls do it with Christianity, like these religions that want to save people.
To Brittany Renner, man. The last time I saw her, she was in like some hijab. But
am I wrong?
Time she looks like Jackie Brown with.
and I wanted to get your take on this because, like, obviously someone who's like an Orthodox Christian and actually like practices and understand there's a real barrier to entry. Like, I was like, well, I want to get Andrew's take on this because I've seen a lot of girls either do it with Christianity, like I'm converted, I found Jesus, or even some girls like
if
I
it
found
was
Islam.
The case really that they were converting because they had made a mess of their life and they were sorry about it, you'd never hear from them again.
There you go.
That's a good point.
Yeah, you would never hear from them again. That's what they would do, or you would hear one last thing. You would just hear, "I'm really sorry," and in humility and repentance, right? I'm going to go take some time with the church and my church to get my together. And maybe they come back in 5 years, great. And then you get the welcome, right? Then you get the wow, but you don't go, well, I went and got baptized at heresychurch.com, right? And now I'm going to tell you how to be the right kind of Christian. You, right? That's what I told her. I'm not going to take advice from a woman who's had 50 dicks in her mouth. You're out of your mind. And what man would?
And what kind of was she? Was it non-denominational or
non-denominational? And she started her own ministry immediately, which was
Kajabi
exactly what I said would happen. Stephen Crowder did a whole expose on it. She started.
Women could be ministers?
No, but she started an online ministry.
It sounds profitable.
Where she called herself. She calls herself on the online.
That's why I asked Andrew on this.
Have you seen the website?
No, I haven't.
Oh yeah, she called herself.
She's got about 50 courses. I'm not even joking. How to stop doing. How to be a good steward of your wealth for God, and all these sorts of things. Just course.
Just cashing in on another way.
And it's all. But here's the thing: all of that promotion that she did led to the selling of those ministry courses with her and her husband. And she calls herself a minister. She calls herself the ministry of. And so the thing is like the whole thing. And by the way, I called this before anybody.
Oh, you said,
right?
Okay.
Called this that she was a minister before. I said, you're going to do a ministry. I can see it. You know, no, I'm not a minister. I'm not. And yes, she was. She was setting the whole thing up. And so the thing that's really funny about it is like I gave her a lot of grace, like I do everybody. You know what I mean? Maybe she's authentic. And I told people back off until we see what she does. I was on a panel with you where I said it. I said, look, you know, I'm not going to say anything about this yet. I see Pearl's going hard. A lot of people are going hard. I'm going to welcome her into the fold until she shows me reason not to. And she instantly showed me reason not to. But for her, the validation, like with many of these women, the validation is they go to Twitter, Christian Twitter. I'm a Christian now, girl. And then the simps, there's as many simps as you could ever imagine. Yeah. The low tier Christos simps, right? The virtue signal simps. You're beautiful. You're regenerated in Jesus.
And they're
by the way,
like,
you want to fuck?
Yeah, they're all
You're regenerated
like
in Jesus. You know,
and
they
they got an AI
crazy.
photo and shit.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
So this is something I've heard you talk about this before.
Because I've seen so many of them do it. The chick, real before you go, the girl that took the 50 million from Shannon Sharp, she gets on off OnlyFans, saying I'm retiring, and the next day she puts a story of her reading the Bible, and I'm like, bro, here we go. Sam Frank, same thing. Brittany Renner, Islam. This girl Nala Ray, Christianity. I'm like, what is this like? Some kind of?
But I'll tell you the big test, and this is what I wish we could do collectively. I wish that I could get a message out to like every Christian who even self-identifies as a Christian to just say, look, for 16 weeks, you don't respond to any of these women's social media posts at all. I think almost all of them would be back doing OnlyFans.
It's happened a few times to the ones that you've debated, where they've tried to start do the Christian thing, and then a few months later it doesn't work out. They're getting 100 views on their reels that they're
and they go
posting
right
about
back.
Bible studies, and then next minute they're like they're on the OnlyFans, but they're still a Christian, but they're saying I'm an empowered.
Yeah, I think I think where the difference is like as men. We get our validation from, like you actually talked about this in the marriage. There was status associated with
massive status for men.
So I have a wife who is loyal to me, and then I have kids, and I own a home, and I've worked really hard, and that's where we get our validation. Generally, from the compliance we get from our family and our wife. Women get their validation from the attention that they get from other people.
Well, we also get it. We don't just get it from that. We get it in social ways that you don't really recognize. For instance, bosses are more likely to hire you if you're married.
Oh yeah,
and have children, and the reason
I can tell you that from being in the government, guys that move up a lot of the times,
they're married, and the reason for that is you're a very safe bet. You're going to be dependent on the income to take care of your family, so you're probably going to work hard so that you can stay there, right? You can't transition easily out without some serious planning because you have a wife and kids to take care of. So what that creates is because that creates a non-impartial hiring practice, the employer thinks this is a safer bet. Employers move that way. That's a form of social status that over time becomes a form of social status. And it's not just that, it assists with trust, right? People are way more likely to trust people who have families than they are bachelors. Right. Why? Because they know that you have responsibilities outside of yourself. So it's less likely that you're going to be up to doing nefarious things. There's tons of small social statuses you don't even recognize.
Killers, dude. It tames serial killers.
Yeah.
BTK had a family and stopped killing.
He stopped killing,
Like
the Ice Pick Killer?
No, BTK.
Dennis Rader.
In Wichita, Kansas.
Yeah, that was the bind.
He went crazy in the 70s. And then once his daughter went to college and left the house, that's actually how they caught him.
And then he started up.
And he started trying to again. And that's how they caught him, because I think she went did an STD test or something. And
he was also
matched it.
He was also old and out of practice, right?
Yeah.
But the big thing is, yes, the social status aspect. There's 1,000 tiny ways that it adds to the social status of men that they don't even think about. And you can take one of those married men who's lower middle class and match him up against a bachelor millionaire. And in social status, from how other men view them, it's often very similar.
Yeah. Depending on what they do.
Yeah. But I mean, you're not getting looked down as an electrician, like it's and
my other men definitely not. Maybe by dumb bimbos that don't understand.
Yeah.
But you're married. What do you care about the dumb bimbo?
Exactly.
That's the point. So I do think that there is social status which is associated with it, just in a different way.
Sure.
So,
but anyway, the thing you mentioned before, and Alex Hormozi made a great video about this, was the difference between fame and influence. So, and I'll use this example. Alex Hormozi and Brittany Renner are about as famous as one another. Alex Hormozi can fill up a room with 10,000 people. Brittany Renner looks like an idiot talking about having 3 people at the same time. She's famous, and they confuse one for the other. We had a discussion a while ago about female Instagram models, whatever, trying to start their own podcast and how it would repeatedly fail over and over again because they had because they had fame, but they did not have influence.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the things that I think it kind of gets lost, and it's frustrating, right? As a content
We saw
creator
that in an
myself.
election in 2024.
Exactly. Yeah.
Kamala Harris, A-list celebrities, LeBron James, Taylor Swift,
Yes.
you know, A-list celebrities that acted. But you're right, they don't have influence. You know,
But
Trump
Byron
does
had
all
some
social media.
influence.
Hey, I tried, man. 'Cause I was telling everybody, because you know we have a decent amount of because like I did my like a little analytic of my audience. It's white, Hispanic, blacks are the top three. Almost 50% of my audience is Hispanic, actually.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, you guys got to get out there and vote. And I was telling everyone hard in 2024, we got to get out there and vote for Trump. We got to get out there and vote for Trump. I'm going out there. You got to get out there and vote for Trump, because I knew, like, if Kamala got in, we already endured a whole bunch of censorship. It was only going to get worse with her.
Yeah.
So I was like, we got to get out there and vote. And then obviously we're in the middle of 2 wars. The economy sucked, all this stuff. Immigration was going nuts.